Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of Physio Show. Dr. Dattilo here, and today we're talking about how to make stairs easier after a total knee replacement. You clicked on this video likely because you had a total knee replacement or know a loved one who had one who's struggling getting up and down the stairs. Now, the good news is that you can specifically train this activity to become much more easy and controlled, reduce that fear of falling, and enhance your ability to bounce up and down the stairs again. And stick around until the end. I'm going to show you a bonus exercise that's going to take those strength gains to the next level. So just like anything in life, if you want to get good at something, you have to train it. And that's specifically what we're going to do today. We're going to introduce step training to make going up and down the stairs easy. But we're going to walk before we can run, so to speak. So what I'm going to be utilizing is a step. This specifically is a 4-inch step. You can replicate this if you don't have a 4-inch step at home. With books, you can just stack them up. But the higher the step height is, the harder the exercise is. So start low and then build gradually as you get stronger. So the first exercise we're gonna do is an anterior step up and down. This is the easiest of the stepping exercise I'm gonna show you. So start here and then progress as able. So the first exercise, we're gonna be stepping up and then back down nice and slow. Now, I encourage you to utilize something to hold on to, whether it's a table, a countertop, or a railing. Just give yourself a little bit of added stability while performing this exercise. And then when we step up, we wanna make sure that our weight is over our foot before pushing up. You'll see a lot of people stay leaned back here and they're just pulling up instead of pushing up. So get your body weight over that foot, push through the floor up towards the ceiling, and then step up. And then on the way down, you want to maintain that forward trunk lean. You want your chest over your foot, so when you step down, you're utilizing this quadriceps muscle and instead not leaning backwards and just using momentum and gravity. We need to utilize this muscle if we have any hopes of building up its strength to make stairs easier. So to recap, we're going to put our foot on the step, we're going to lean our weight over our foot before we even move, and then we're going to push up, bring our other leg, and then stepping back down, maintain that forward trunk lean, chest over our foot, and then slowly unlock your knee and really control the descent with that quadriceps. So do this exercise with a handheld assist. First, just get used to the movement, build up a little bit of strength over a week or two, and then eventually though, you do want to be able to do this exercise without holding on. And if you can do this exercise at a height of about 6 to 7 inches without holding on, you're ready to progress to the next exercise. All right, next up is the lateral step down. And the reason why this is a progression from the previous exercise is that it's gonna load your knee more laterally, increasing the demand, the stability demands of your hip, knee, all the way down to your foot and ankle. So what I mean by that is when we step down, your knee's gonna naturally want to collapse inward if you don't have sufficient strength or control. So we gotta be aware of that throughout this exercise. Maintain proper knee, ankle, hip alignment. Everything should stay straight and not deviate inward. So that's something to really keep an eye out through this exercise. So again, starting really low, 4 inches or about, and then building as your strength and control and tolerance improves. So to start, make sure you're holding on just to give yourself a little bit of added stability. We're gonna be focusing on whatever leg we're strengthening is on the step. And we're gonna slowly unlock that knee, keeping our body weight over our foot, and then push back up. We really want this quadriceps to work. You don't wanna be plopping, otherwise you're not really doing any strengthening. It's all about control, making sure that you can push through that foot, unlock that knee, slow descent, hip, ankle, knee control, and then repeat. Nice, steady repetitions. Really focus on that quad strengthening. Now the indicator for you to progress to the next stage of the exercise progression is when you can do that exercise without any hands. It's much more challenging because of the increased stability demands of the leg, but this is a functional step down now. We're really working that leg to work at a very high dynamic way that's gonna make stairs much easier. Okay, the last of our strength progressions is an anterior step down. This is the hardest of the three by far because it puts a lot more demand on the front of that knee, and this is where a lot of people report some discomfort in that kneecap. but it's something that we need to train to get back. Otherwise, it just won't change. And that's all about strengthening this quadriceps. The stronger this quadriceps gets, the less pressure that you're going to experience through that kneecap. So a little bit of discomfort's okay, as long as it's tolerable and short-lived after. There's no harm in that. That's going to condition that knee enough where you can eventually do these exercises without any issues. So, starting with some handheld assist to improve the stability, and then eventually will fade away. The purpose of this exercise, though, is to step forward, pretending like we're going downstairs, and then step back up. Just like the other ones, really slow descent down. You should be really feeling that quadriceps contracting. Touch that foot on the floor, and then stand back up. Start low step height. Again, because the higher you go, the more challenging the exercise gets. And then as you get more strong and better control, increase that step height, and then eventually fading away from these hands. If you can do this without a handheld assist at about 6 to 7 inches, you're replicating those demands of a step, and you're on your way without having any issues going up and down the stairs. All right, one big bonus tip for you. This is something that I don't see happen often enough in rehab, but is critical for you to be able to go up and down those stairs more efficiently. Because all the exercises we've done so far have been slow and controlled, but when in real life do we ever move like that? We need to have some power behind our steps. And the only way to develop that is specificity. Let's train specifically your ability to rapidly accelerate so you can go up the stairs more efficiently and effectively instead of this slow, methodical way where everybody's in front of you and you're like, hey, let me catch up. I want you to keep up with the crowd, and you can do that by training power. So let's rewind a little bit and let's go back to that anterior step up exercise, but instead of slow and controlled, let's go for speed. So get that step back, start at 4 inches, and then build as you can. Handheld assist to start. Putting that foot on, weights over the foot, make sure we're using this quadriceps, and now instead of slow and control, we're going up, speed, really contract that quadriceps, drive up towards the ceiling, flex this hip too to really generate some power, and then now a slow step back, and then again, up, speed, slow, controlled step back. Push, go as fast as you can, really get that quadriceps contracting, and as you get comfortable and tolerate this more, fade away from that handheld assist, and now you're working on power and then also stability, really improving your balance control. And then as you get better and better, increase that step height. That will increase the demand on your quadriceps. After a few weeks of training like this, you're going to be bouncing up and down those stairs again. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Physio Show. If you did, make sure to support the channel by giving it a like so it can spread and help more people like you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on everything you need to know about your body, how it works, and what it needs to keep moving.